guys, Robin here. I'm going to show you what I've been doing to move and get my lymphatic and immune system going during these crazy times. So I've been starting every morning, just bouncing. And I have a rebounder at home, but you can do this without a rebounder. Just let the body shake, let it get floppy, let it get weird. And what I'm doing here is getting my lymph nodes moving and draining. We've got lymph nodes in the neck, under the armpits, around your belly. So I'm kind of moving the hips and the groin, all the way running through the body. So I'm just kind of shaking it out, getting the drainage going. And this will start rocking your calf muscles. It'll get your heart rate up, that's for sure. And it's only 2 minutes, that's really it. Let it get super floppy. Sometimes I'll add in some little lifts of the knees, really get the heart rate going, get nice and warm. All right. And then I'll start to slow it down. And some movements of the arms. Inhale and exhale. And heart rate's going like a drum. Inhale and exhale. Starting to slow down the beat. Inhale and exhale. You'll definitely feel a lot of spark in those calves, so a good time to take a nice gentle forward bend. Head goes heavy, shaking it out. Nice and heavy and loose through the back of the neck. I'll add in some pedals of the feet and the knees to start to open the calves. Just allowing my body to sway and flow. And then when I round roll and stack, I want to keep my knees nice and bent, my pelvis tucked. Press down through my feet. I'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keeping the legs nice and strong and bent. Inhale to the right. And exhale, landing in the center. All right, and for those of you who've been sitting at your desk all day, your low back's feeling a little cranky perhaps, so I like to get a nice deep bend to the knees. I'm trying to take some Tai Chi and Qigong lately to slow things down. So we'll rotate the spine, including the neck, keeping the knees nice and bent, weight heavy into the feet, just wringing out the tension in the spine. I like to close my eyes here and just notice the light changes as my head moves, even under my eyelids, waking up the kidneys. We store fear in the kidneys. So we want to make sure that we're moving that stagnation out. As we move that stagnant, excessive fear, we can replace it with wisdom and courage. We replace the fear with love. It's a choice. It really is, moment to moment. So we'll come back on the mountain, feeling a little more solid, grounded, rooted. Take a breath on top of the mountain. And settle into ease. Inhale, reaching up. Thanks, Sun, for gracing us with your presence, and bow in on the exhale. Find a half lift, nice strong spine, long neck. And we'll fold back in. Stepping out back into our plank, reminding ourselves that we have the strength to get through this. We can do it together, especially. Whether that's online or in person, we can do this. And I'll float my knees down. I'll send my toes away. I'll lower down to the belly, scooping up to cobra. Over my shoulder, scanning my surroundings with my eyes, orienting the brain, reminding myself I'm in safe space. And then we'll come back into downward facing dog. The hips lifted, Heels reaching towards the ground, knees can stay bent, neck relaxed. Take a big breath here. And walk the feet to the hands. Nod the head yes, and shake it no. Inhale up halfway, nice strong flat back. Exhale to fold. So we'll reverse the swan dive. Flat back, rising up, reaching up, and landing back at the heart. Come back on the mountain, tall, steady, grounded. Just feeling your feet on the ground, shoulders heavy, heart beating. And exploring a bit of balance here. I'm going to keep my gaze steady at eye level. I'll turn the knee out and let my foot go where it will. Some days my foot wants to rest at my ankle. That's where my balance is. Some days it likes to go a little higher. Some days I'm feeling a little more balanced and I might press the heel into the thigh. I'll reach my arms out and find balance. When I have balance, I'll grow tall. Rooted and rising. And landing at the heart center. If I'm feeling up for a little challenge, you can close your eyes. And really challenge yourself to balance without the visual gaze, but using your proprioception, using all the muscles of the feet. Some days it happens, some days not so much, and that's okay. Cut myself some slack and shake it off. Shake it off. Maybe Taylor Swift was onto something. Oh, shake it off, let it go. Come back on the mountain, solid, steady, at ease. We'll try the other side, brand new side. Turn the knee out, turn the hip out, and see where your balance is on this side. You can try high, you can stay low, or right there in the middle. Arms come out, we get nice and tall. From that balance, we rise, reach and root, and then we'll land at the heart. I'll try my balance here with the eyes closed. All of a sudden it wakes up that standing leg, the standing foot in a whole new way. Try to smile my face, as my new yoga teacher friend Lisa Melnick likes to say, and when I fall, I keep smiling my face and shake it off. Just shake it off. So if you've been sitting in that chair all day, it's a good idea to do chair pose and wake up all the muscles that you've been sitting on. So I'm going to turn sideways for this. I've got my feet as wide as my hips. So feet right underneath my hip points, and I'll sit back into my heels. I'll reach down for the ground. Sweep up, reach up, as if I'm a monkey hanging from a tree. I reach for those tree limbs, and then sit back. And then I'll take the tailbone and drop it towards the ground, so my lower abdominal is engaged. And then my pelvis finds neutral, and I breathe. I reach, I hang, and I breathe. Waking up all the large muscles of the legs, my spine, my glutes, and definitely my breath. And always remembering to smile the face. Inhale, we'll rise up. Exhale, dive in. We'll shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Halfway lift, strong, flat back. Exhale. I'm going to turn around here and adjust the camera as we come down to the ground. Thanks for staying with me. All right. We'll come to a cobbler's pose here. I'm moving the sit bones back so that my pelvis here can tilt forward. I'll wrap the hands around the feet. I'm going to roll my shoulders up, down, and back so that I can keep my shoulders out of my ears and focus instead on my knees moving towards the ground. I can move the heart forward, the elbows in, the head drop, and just stay with the breath. Just like the sound of the ocean, the sound of your breath, be more colorful than your thoughts. So, I'm an extrovert, but we could all use time in and, having to stay in social distance from others might be good for all of us, a good way to recharge. And there's a pose that always comes to mind I like to teach the preschoolers called tortoise pose. So if you can take your tortoise hands and slide them underneath your legs, let your hands wrap around your feet. With the preschoolers, we say, it's time to go take care of me now. Bye-bye. And you'll feel this really great stretch through the mid-back, the upper back, the back of the neck, between the shoulder blades, a place where I know I carry a lot of my tension. And I'm pushing the inside of my elbows into my calves to deepen that stretch. And when I'm all done taking care of me, nurturing my introvert, then I can peel back out and be a good, healthy extrovert again. Hi, friends. Hello, hello. That's how we play in preschool yoga. Nice. All right, let's open the legs wide into dragonfly, as we call in yin. We'll bring the arms behind the back at the nice lift of the heart. And this might be as far as you go, and that's all good. You're listening to your body. And maybe over time, as you breathe through the edge, you might notice the body begins to let go a little more, and you might be able to lower a little further to the ground. Some of you may still be upright, and that's all good. So I noticed I had this urge here to want to touch my face. And I noticed that urge. And I thought about what might be on my hands as I'm touching the ground. And I paused. And I thought, perhaps not. That's where the mindfulness comes in. So just paying attention on purpose to what you're doing, moment to moment, breath to breath. The exhale will peel back up. Gather the dragonfly wings and bring the feet to the ground. Arms behind the back. I'll turn sideways for this one. My feet go as wide as the mat. My heart lifts and I drop the knees to the right as I look left. Back to center, drop the knees left and look right. A few more times to wring out the spine. Allowing my hips to get some internal rotation. And then we'll turn back to face forward, setting up for pigeon pose. So different ways to do pigeon. We can come at it from tabletop. We can come at it from downward dog. I'll show a few of the variations here. So I like to get a little momentum, lifting the right leg up, the right knee, the right shin, then the toes come forward, and watch as my left leg slides all the way back. And some of you might find this is too much load on your hip, in which case you can lean off to one side and take that back knee, slide it forward, and take more of a deer pose. Letting the head drop heavy. And let your breath flood your entire right buttock, glutes, outer hip. And release some of that tension that could be building from sitting all day. And slowly rise back up, or you can stay if you want a little more time there. And we can add in a twist here. So I'll take my left hand to my right knee, right hand behind the back, gazing over the back leg, back shoulder. And then keeping the twist and turn the gaze over your front shoulder. Getting the neck to move in all directions. And we'll unravel back to center. I'll plant my hands around my knee, curl the back toes under, and I'll sweep my right leg up to the ceiling. This is optional here. Feel free to keep your left knee on the ground if you want it more modified. And I'll press all the way through that left arm, so much that my right hand might even float off the ground. And as I bend my right knee, my right heel drops and the front of the hip opens and I get a glorious counter stretch. Pressing firmly through my left hand. And we'll come back to downward dog, pedal the feet. And move to the other side. Inhale, left leg up. And left knee, left shin, left toes forward. And feel free to take that full pigeon with the hips squared forward, right leg extending all the way back, or the modified version leaning to the side with the right knee slid forward. A deer pose, folding in, bowing in, and surrender. Really, the only thing you can control is your breath. Can't control what's going to happen day to day. You can control the pace and the quality of your breathing to help keep your nervous system under control. That's all you got, really, ultimately. And it's free, and it's always with you. We'll slowly rise up to add a nice twist. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind the back, twisting from the upper back. Look over the shoulder. And then keep the twist in the spine, but just rotate the head. So you turn your gaze forward over your right shoulder. Get nice and tall on the in-breath. And then unravel back to center. Plant my hands down. Curl the back toes under. I can keep my right knee down, or I can lift it up. And lift the left leg all the way up. As I bend my knee, drop my heel, I press through my right hand really firm. So it's like this cross lateral stretch through the body. Right hand presses, left knee bends, left heel drops, and the front of the left hip gets a glorious stretch. And pedal the feet a few more times. And come back to the ground. All right, we'll scoot the hips forward. And final pose here, wind relieving pose. My shoulders stay relaxed. Little rock side to side. You can stay here or you can add in happy baby. Noticing my ankles are over my knees. I reach for the pinky toe edge, and if that's not available for you, you can reach under your knees. Little rock side to side. I drop my chin. And lengthen through the whole spine, all the way from the crown of the head, through the neck, through your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, all the way through the tailbone. And I'll bring my feet to the ground, float my arms out, a little windshield wiper of the knees, side to side, wringing out the front of the hips, the belly, and preparing for the final rest. And I'll invite you, as you're practicing here from home, to let your body take up space, to stretch out, to wiggle those shoulder blades away, and get nice and long through the back of the neck. And since you're at home, you really can stay here as long as you like. Maybe you take a nap here. Take a little refreshing power nap. Maybe you set your phone for 5 minutes, standard Shavasana time. Just let your body absorb the practice, to integrate it, to soften all the way around the face and jaw, the eyes, your belly soft and relaxed, your legs, hips, glutes, all turned off. And let yourself just bask and marinate in that silence and in that stillness. This time is yours to reset. This is the nourishment for your nervous system. Enjoy just being.